Another update on Bitcoin prices. Well, I'm going to cover the US dollar. We are on the US dollar index chart, and this is the main thing I wanted to cover. So, as you can see, the dollar value price has come crashing down on the dollar index, and it is now at 89. It's had a little bit of recovery here, and I'm hoping it does recover a little bit, and I'll explain why, but it has come crashing down. This is when the pandemic happened right here, and it's May 2020 is when it just went into a bear market. Man, since then it's crashed all the way down here. But it's happened, in my opinion, a little bit too fast and too quick, and let me explain why I'm saying that. But mm if we go back, so I'm on a weekly. So if I go back, I'm going back a couple of years here. So we were at 89 over here. So let's see. The US dollar price was sitting all pretty here at 103, as you can see, and then it went crashing down. It took a year for it to come down. This is the end of 2016 and beginning of 2017, and it came down all the way to what it is today in 89. It took a year for it to do that, and then we all remember the epic bull run of 2017 for Bitcoin, when Bitcoin price appreciated to really high levels. So the dollar going down, Bitcoin going up. This is what it's called. The price is inversely correlated, and that's what I'm covering on this chart mainly. So then, as you can see, the price dollar recovered, and then the Bitcoin went into a bear market. Bitcoin meaning Bitcoin prices went down as the dollar prices recovered back to 100 on the price index. Now, I was trying to find a point where the the prices are even lower than 89, so I was like, let me try to find this. So I had to go back. So I'm on a weekly, so I am going quite a few years back. So now this is 2014, 13, and this is October 2013. So the US dollar is as low as 79, which is even 10 lower than what it is today, and 10 lower than what it was in the end of 2017 bull market. And October 2013, very memorable, dollars down, and Bitcoin went on a massive, massive price appreciation. It went on a tear, going from 200 to crossing 1,000 to $1,200, and then dollar recovered around here. It's sitting all pretty, and this is the bear market for Bitcoin at its absolute, midst, and you could have picked it up for a couple of $100 as the US dollar recovered. So now going back, and let's see what we can make out of this. So going back today, the US dollar price has come down um, all the way to 89. So this is where it was when the bull run had ended in 2017. However, before that, as we saw, it has gone even lower. So the ideal situation now would be that dollar, if it can recover back to this blue line, it would go back and test it during a bear market. Eventually, when the bear market is over, it goes through back above it, the EMA 21, which is the blue line. So the ideal situation right now would be that it goes back and tests it. That way, it will give Bitcoin a chance to have a correction, come down a little bit. And now going back to Bitcoin, coming back to the Bitcoin chart, we can see that the EMA 21 is sitting at $20,000, and the Bitcoin price is double that, past 40,000. So if it does the correction now, and if the dollar recovers a little bit, this is just my imagination. By the way, this is not a financial advice. I'm not any kind of financial advisor, but or your financial advisor, but this is, if it does the correction now, it to the 21 EMA, it is much better than it can go to $50,000, $60,000, and if it does then do it, it will be a lot less manageable for traders. It will be more painful more terrifying, more steep. So if the dollar can go higher now for a bit, then it can give Bitcoin to come down and give chance to correct itself. But however, there's a lot of institution money flowing in. It might just change the whole dynamic. This might not happen, but if we follow what's happened in the past 10 years to of Bitcoin, then it if it does this correction sooner, the better. So I can give you an example of what will happen if it doesn't make the correction and keeps going up 70, maybe even higher, and without coming back to this blue line, then going back to 2013. So unlike 2017, 2013 had two stages. So in stage one, right away in the beginning of 2013, it went straight up. EMA 21 at the time was at 60, around $57, and you can see the price of Bitcoin was at $265. That is 5 times where the EMA is now. So comparing that to only double today, and then guess what happened next? It came down, and it coming back down to $60, and then it stayed stagnant, and then there was the one mighty big one towards the end of the year when no one expected it. So this would be less manageable, something like this to happen where the price is going boom and boom, down and bam. So now going back to the dollar chart, hopefully I'm hoping I see a green candle. Well, that doesn't indicate that doesn't mean much. But it does have a small green candle and it come do a little bit of recovery, the dollar. And then so overall, we can see that the so overall we can see that usually now that the Democrats are in and they usually have the House right now, Senate, and actually the presidency. So they're usually pass more stimulus money, and usually that requires printing. So that usually brings the dollar down on an overall bigger picture for the year forecast. That's something to keep in mind. And that's all I wanted to touch for today. Thanks for watching.